Welcome to Cricket Talks with Oz and Nabs. Thank you, Oz, for joining me. Looking forward to T20 series.
Yeah, very much so. It's going to be a chance for the Pakistan team to show what they can do. Not really expecting much for the South African team due to seven of their players having to join IPL.
That's a massive loss, isn't it?
Yeah, which is I mean that stirred a lot of controversy. I'm just reading up. Their fans are furious. They're not happy that international cricket has been downgraded and IPL has been given more of a priority. But I was reading up on Klaasen just now, the captain, and he said that it's ideal opportunity for the players to get used to Indian conditions with the T20 coming up. So he's put a positive spin on it, and I think it'll be to Pakistan's advantage. I can't see South Africa really being that competitive, and all I can really see is a Pakistan whitewash victory.
Yeah, just competitiveness. Just look at the squads. I got the squads here. You got South Africa squad, Johnnyman Manan, you got Aiden Markram, Render Dustin, I think he's injured, and Henrik Klaasen, Varane, Lindy, Pretorius, Pakalawayo, Shamsi, Hendricks, Sam Paula, all of these names, we never heard of them. They're not known as much as the other players were. What do you make of the South African squad? I mean, it looked on the cards, it looked really weak, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing a lot of unknown names there, and I think that in one way it's an opportunity. I mean, South Africa can try fringe players that they haven't considered playing. So in one way, it's a good thing because you'd like to see new players get a chance. One surprise I would say is they didn't go for Maharaj. I mean, obviously from Pakistan perspective, he caused a lot of problems. So he would have been one player that I would have selected in the bowling department. But in terms of that squad there, I don't think there's anything for Pakistan to really worry about. But then at the same time, they shouldn't get too complacent and think, oh, we just turn up, we're going to win. Because there are some good batsmen there. Aiden Markram, Johnnyman Malan can play, and so can Rassi van der Dussen. So, even Klaasen is a quality player. So, I don't think it'll be like a walk in the park, but I think our chances have improved a lot with seven players like Rabada, Miller not playing, Quinton de Kock, another player. So we've got a really good chance of winning this series quite convincingly.
Yeah, talk about complacency. I mean, we saw that in the the T20 series that was played in Pakistan. Pakistan lost one of the T20s, and I think it was Pretorius who took 5 wickets. The all-rounder was
yeah.
And yeah, so you're right in saying that, because I mean we can't just write them off because the star players are missing. But I mean these South African, they are very good. They're very good cricketers. They're talented, and with our team, I mean anything can happen. We've seen many times, and so let's look at the Pakistan squad now. We got Shahid Khan making a comeback after a long time. I'm really excited for that to come back. Really, got Babar Azam, Rizwan, has been in great nick lately. We got Hafiz coming back after a 2 series break. So looking forward to his 100th. He's going to be playing his 100th T20 for Pakistan. That's a milestone. We got enterprising young talent Haider Ali. Oh my God, he is some player. Nawaz, left arm fast bowler. We got Fahim, Hassan Ali making a comeback. We got Shaheen, we got Harris Rauf, the speed stars. Hasnain, another speed star. We got Fakhar Zaman. Fakhar Zaman, he proved his selection in the ODI team. Now he has to prove in the T20 team. So looking at this squad here, what do you reckon? What are the strengths and what are the weaknesses, and which of the players you favor the most?
I think the strength is the batting. You can see there's big hitters in that squad. Shajil hopefully gets a game. I don't think he's going to be playing this first one. but the batting looks very solid. The bowling is very good as well. You've got a lot of variation, a lot of variety of bowling, types of bowling. For example, you've got the Zaid Mahmood. He's in the squad. He's the leggy. Usman Qadir is a leggy. I think where we're lacking is, I'll be honest, is I think the all-rounder position in terms of where Asif Ali's batting. I'll question that because I don't think Asif Ali offers much to the team. His batting is at average best. I think domestically he's doing okay, but internationally he hasn't been making the scores and he's not been finishing games for us. So his position is really, I think, under threat. And I feel that a player like I keep going on about it, but Imad Wasim type of player, maybe Mohammad Nawaz could come in, who can bat and bowl. Because that position I feel is being wasted. And another thing is, do we need two wicket keepers? I know you got Sarfraz in there as well. Are we not? Is Sarfraz the future? Once he was taken off the captaincy, I thought we were moving in a different direction. But do you feel I'm asking you this question. Does Sarfraz actually merit a place in the squad, let alone the team?
Well, it's a tough question, really, for selectors and the management as well. I mean, you need to think about the backup option of keeper.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is this guy, the Raheel Nazir. I've seen him.
Yeah.
I mean, he could come in, but he lacks experience. He's still, they're preparing him to make to get into team. He's been captaining the Pakistan A team and he's touring, different countries with the team as a captain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if Sarfraz makes to the T20 team. I mean, they must have a plan, but I don't see it. And it's also, if you look at the batting, I mean, you got Sharjeel, you got Fakhar Zaman, you got Rizwan Baba. They all play as an openers. So in T20, I'm not talking about ODI, but T20. So how do you fit those guys in the same team? I mean, they can't be fit in the same team. You can be playing with Rizwan at the low order or in the middle order, especially in 20 cricket. Because you got middle order, you got Hafiz already in the number 4 spot. So in terms of, I agree with you, as a batting unit will look really solid, but you got these 4 players playing for fighting for the same spot. How would you fit those players into the team?
To be honest with you, though, just touching on that, I think it's great for competition for places. I think every position now you're looking at someone is now putting that player under pressure. So you've got, it's like in football, you've got two players in one position. And I think that's what's becoming quite evident here, that we've got players now that are pushing the starting XI. And I think competition for places is very healthy. And I think it can spur on the team to achieve greater performances, knowing that there's someone on the sidelines that's willing to come in and take their place. So I think it's a brilliant thing that's happening at the minute.
But you want these 4 guys to be playing in the same team, don't you? Because if you look at Baba is the captain, of course. He needs to be playing. You got Rizwan is a wicketkeeper. He needs to be playing, and he got Sharjeel and Fakhar Zaman. I mean, that's a tough call, right? For any captain.
We can play all of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, then you have to assign roles to different players. I mean, you could have Rizwan and Fakhar opening the innings, and then you got Baba coming in next. Sharjeel can come in 4 and play how Miller plays for South Africa.
Yeah,
and he can strike big, right? He's a big lad, and he's known for his 6 hitting ability. So it kind of gives a lot of options, but at the same time, I don't think the Pakistan management will be playing with all 4 of them. Okay, give me 3 players who you think will be the stars in this T20 series. It could be bowler, it could be batsman, and all-rounder. 3 players.
I mean, we always know Babar is consistent, but I think the real fireworks are going to come from Fakhar Zaman and Mohammad Hafiz. I think they would really shine. But then again, so can Rizwan as well. But the one I really want to really focus on, and I think he can really do something, is Haider Ali. I think he will grow in confidence. He's been quite performing quite consistently. Scoring a few 50s for the national team, and he's done all right in PSL as well. So I think he will play with more confidence now, and a good innings is probably due from him. Um, and in terms of the bowling, Hassan Ali as well, I think all-round performance, he will give an excellent bowling option. And even lower order, he can really hit big sixes as well. So, but yeah, Haider Ali is the one I would select one to watch for.
Just pick on that point. Haider Ali, I mean, phenomenal hitter, phenomenal player, very talented. He's only 20 years old. We've seen a lot of potential in him. Do you reckon that he could come and play the finishing role for us in the team?
No, I think still young player. I think where I would play him is number 4. I wouldn't bring him in at 3. I think 4, he'll be in the middle of the sort of middle batsman, and probably come in, say, when the overs are 10, 12 overs, where when they don't really have to go for the big shots. So he can come in where with quite a, how can I put it, less pressure on him. I think the less pressure there is on him, and he can perform. But then again, he has to be blooded as well. So there may be a situation where he comes in the first 5 overs, where quick wickets are fallen. So it's all about the situation. But I think because he's the youngster in the team, it's important that he is encouraged to really play his shots and play his natural game.
I slightly disagree with you because, if you look at his last 3 innings in the PSL for Peshawar Zalmi, he was playing at 5. He was struggling as an opener. They, brought him down to number 5, and he delivered in 3 matches. He single-handedly made a difference, and he won them the games. And it was against really good bowling. I mean, we can, if you look at the PSL, it's known for fast bowlers, and we got quality fast bowlers playing in PSL, and he done that as a finisher role for Peshawar Zalmi. So why not try him in the ODIs in the Pakistan national team? He tried
Does he normally play number 3 position for the national team?
Well, he played as in under 19. He played as an opener. He came, so he was known as an opener. But he played in the national team as an opener, as number 3. He also played at 4 as well, I think. So he's kind of floater. I would float him at 5, and because we keep bringing those older guys back into the team, and they're not performing, they're not delivering. It's madness if you see it, because we're expecting very guys with limited talent, doing the job for us. It's not going to happen. I think we need to invest in the young blood like Haider Ali, and I think he has the potential to deliver, and he can be a good finisher, and he has done it in the PSL for Peshawar Zalmi.
Have you got the starting XI? Can you show us the possible starting?
Let's talk about possible lineup for Pakistan today. What do you reckon? Fakhar Zaman or Sharjeel?
My heart says Sharjeel, but the brain is going with Fakhar after his breathtaking innings in the series, one-day series. So I think Fakhar just edges it, and it'll be an interesting combination with Babar opening. You've got a big hitter and I wouldn't say Babar is a big hitter. I would say he's a moderate hitter, but he bats sensibly. So it's an ideal combination. And we're hoping Fakhar can also bat sensibly as well, like he showed with the maturity in the ODIs. Rizwan would have opened had it not been for Fakhar's heroics. But looking at that position, I would play him in 3 because it's, 1 down from opening. It's not, you're not far from being an opener, so that's not a bad situation. So you got Haider there at 4, Mohammad Hafiz at 5. The 6th batsman is, I've been questioning this before as well, and Asif Ali, can he produce an innings of note? Is he the finisher? Basically, that's the finisher position you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can do a job. And just Fahim Ashraf is in there. Hassan Ali, welcome back for Hassan Ali. Deserves his place. Inshallah, he performed today. You got Shaheen, Harris, and finally Usman Qadir. I questioned, I don't know about you now, but I questioned Asif Ali and Fahim Ashraf. Fahim Ashraf, he's not producing it with the ball, and sorry, with the bat. The ball he is with the bat. I haven't seen any innings of note for the national team. So hopefully he can produce something because they're putting a lot of faith in him. But Asif Ali, I don't know what he's doing in the squad, let alone the starting XI. Maybe you can enlighten us. What's going on there?
I don't know. I personally against the selection of Asif Ali in the team. I mean, he hasn't performed really well for the national team. He's toured South Africa before, and he played in the T20 league as well. And he only, I think, performed in one of the games. And I don't think he he merits that number as a finisher. I mean, they're persisting with him. But I think they should move on from him and try a different option. Maybe if you look back here in the previous slide, we got this guy here who is not talked about much. This guy here, Mohammad Wasim Jr.
Oh yeah.
And you got Danish Aziz here as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Danish Aziz, or I would personally go with Danish at 6, because I've seen him play in the domestic. He's a brilliant player. If you're investing in players, do invest in players that will give you results. And you got to persist with young talent, and you got to believe you're going to give them confidence. And I think Danish Aziz was, it was a tough. It's always tough series. Making your debut against South Africa in Africa. It's just tough conditions there. The bounce is not uneven, and you got to adapt to the conditions. I think it was a tough on him to be debuting against South Africa, but we cannot discard him completely. I think he's a good player. I personally would have gone with Danish, and instead of Fahim, I would have tried with Mohammad Wasim Jr. because I've seen him. He plays ramp shot. He plays the pace bowling really well and the spin bowling really well, and he bowls. He's an all-rounder, so he bowls at 140 kph average. So he got.
The selector, chief selector.
No. He's a Pathan. He's a Pashtun. He's
okay. So he's not Mohammad Wasim, chief selector.
No. He just shares in the same name with him as him.
Okay.
Also, it's interesting that how many games Shaheen has played non-stop. Do you think he could be arrested and given somebody else a chance?
I think he's 20, youngster, but they need to be wary of burnout because the cricketing calendar can be quite punishing. So I think it's good that he's in the starting XI on a consistent basis, but they should manage his workload because he is a young bowler, and bowlers can get injured, especially fast bowlers can pick up injuries. So I think they need to manage that a bit better. But he's like one of our key strike bowlers alongside Haris Rauf and Hassan Ali. With no Ahmed now since he's retired, the bowling attack has been revamped, and I think the selectors are going with Shaheen as the main strike bowler. So, but you're right, his workload needs to be managed because he is still young, only 20, and they need to keep an eye on that. But what do you reckon? If Pakistan were to bat first, or the score, what kind of score we're looking at?
Yeah, I think looking at the bowling of South Africa, if Pakistan bats first, I think they should be targeting 200 runs per game in every game. We don't see any venom in the fast bowling department for South Africa. Maybe you got spinning department is more it's good, but compared to the fast bowling department. So you got Shamsi and you got Lindy as well and Forten as well. But I think with against this team, Pakistan should be able to, you know, win comprehensively.
Yeah, I think batting
But
first or
without
batting.
being complacent, I mean, Pakistan
Yeah,
does go into that mode, and you know, they think that, you know, we can easily win it, and then suddenly, you know, see us collapse, and you know, suddenly we make some ordinary bowler into a big star. So we need to be Pakistan needs to be wary of that, and you know, not lose focus.
have you noticed the improvement in the coaching setup? I've noticed obviously Yunus Khan has come in as batting coach. I think there's been improvement in the batting as well. I think has that been, you know, owing to Yunus, his coaching skills, improving the players' mindset. Um, have you not? Have you seen that? Because I've seen obviously we were criticizing. A lot of us were criticizing Misbah was one of anti-Misbah brigade in terms of like how the team is playing, very slow in approach. But I think Yunus Khan's brought more of a attacking dimension, more of the smart cricket. You know, like the sweep shots. I've noticed the players are playing more sweep shots. So do you reckon Yunus Khan has had a very
Yeah,
good effect?
that was a good addition to the coaching department. I mean, Yunus Khan, we, you know, we under him, remember we won the 2009 World Cup, right?
Yeah,
And you know, he was now he's a test player, but you know, he also shown his credentials in that, you know, T20 cricket as well. I mean, he changed complete as a, you know, as a batsman. He changed into a T20 player, so it was a good addition, I think. And yeah, and of course, you know, we see, as a captain, he was very positive. You know, it was more like Ian Morgan. I never saw any, like, you know, concerning look on his face. He's always calm, and you know, and you know, he led the team well. So I think it was a great addition, great player. A lot of players are seen, you know, as you said, mentioned, you know, the sweep shot. Fakhar Zaman, his technique has improved. Baba's, you know, six hitting ability has improved. So yeah, you know, Fahim Ashraf has improved as a batsman as well. And also, not to mention, there's one more mention of Muhammad Yusuf, who's been working with these guys in the nets. And I think those two guys, Muhammad Yusuf and Yunus, are contributing a lot to the this current team, and they are a great asset for us. And we need to, you know, we need to have them around, and hopefully we'll build a team that will make, you know, that will win us many tournaments.
yeah, inshallah. Yeah.
So let's wrap up. What do you reckon? Who will win the series?
I'm predicting a Pakistan series win. I think I'm going for 4-0 Pakistan.
Well, yeah, we added another one, right? We got one more extra because the South African board requested us to play an extra game, and we compiled.
So
Yeah.
how many are there 5 or
No,
there 4?
was initially there was 3, and then the South African Cricket Board made a request to the Pakistan Cricket Board that, you know, let's play another one. So they
4. So 40-20.
applied. So yeah, we playing 4. So yeah, you saying 4-0?
Yeah, I'm going for a 4-0.
I reckon it'll be 3-1. 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, I'm confident. I think the team will be too much for the South Africans to handle. But yeah, I mean, it's possible they could win one game, but I think Pakistan will look to go for the kill and hopefully perform very well.
All right. Thanks for your time, Ozzy. It was good having you. Okay, guys, this brings us to the end of this cricket show. Hopefully, we'll join you after the match with the post-match analysis with Oz and Nabs. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.